thank you for coming, for showing up today. So, you guys recently learned about the Mexican-American War, right? So, I'm not teaching you guys anything since I know you guys learned a lot, but what I want to do is kind of test out what you guys do remember and if you guys can reinterpret what you learned in different methods, okay? So that's what we're going to do today. So very short, very simple, and I really need you guys to participate so I can get a feel of what you guys do know. So let's start with, like I said, what do you guys remember? What events do you guys remember between the Mexican-American War and the Texas independence?
Mexican-American War?
Right. Which you guys took a test on yesterday.
The war was about the borderline.
Say that again?
The war was about the borderline.
Okay, so about borderline. What else? Let's try to get at least 5 things that we remember about the war.
U.S. won.
The U.S. won. What else do you guys remember? Were there any treaties? Any battles that you guys remember? Anything that sparks your memory? Anything important? Okay, Treaty of Guadalupe. Okay, 2 more things. 2 more things that you guys remember.
Does Texas and Mexico war?
Say that again?
The Texas and Mexico war?
Well, that's what we are talking about, right? So we are talking about that. So yes, it does count, but it's already implied in the topic. So 2 more things that we remember about that situation. Why did that war even start? So you said about borders. What about the borders?
They were trying to see where it would be placed on the other side of the Rio.
And why did the Americans even settle there? More land. And what told them to get more land? Manifest destiny. Okay, so let's put manifest destiny here. Destiny. And one more thing. So one more thing. Was it bloody? Was it long, short war?
It was 2 years.
Was it 2 years? So a 2-year war. We can put that. That's something you guys remember. So let's see. Who were the key people involved in the war? Santa Anna. What else? Or who else in this case? So we have who? Polk. And who's Polk?
President of the United States.
And who's Santa Anna?
The President of Mexico.
So President of Mexico. President of U.S. Anyone else involved? Any generals? Any key individuals? You can look through your notes if it helps. No political individuals? Political figures?
The Republicans.
Okay, the Republicans. Can you name one Republican that was involved? So the Republicans, what were the Republicans called in that time? They weren't called Republicans.
No, the Whigs.
Whigs, okay, so we have the Whigs. Do we remember any Whig in particular? Just one and one. Come on. So we have Polk. There's somebody that was involved who may have been a general and later ran for president and won. Did you guys get to that? Looking for the teacher for response.
You know what, it's not in the standard.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
No, not that person.
Okay, so we'll leave it there. Anyone else from the Mexican side that you guys may remember? Clemente, and who's Clemente? be shy, it's okay. You can say anything that's in your mind. No? Vincent, who's Clemente? You don't remember, you just know he was on your paper?
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason that I had you guys label out the names, you know, like trying to remember who was involved and what happened, is because of this next fact that I'm going to give you guys. And I want to get your feel of what you think. So you guys named out adults that were fighting, right? What about kids that were your age, about 13 and 14 years old? Did you guys know that there was a whole, troop of 13 to 17-year-old kids, boys that were fighting in the war? Do you guys take a guess of what side? I mean, I put right here, Chapultepec. So they were fighting for the Mexican side. So how do you guys feel about that, having kids your age fighting in a war?
It's not good.
It's not good, why not?
Because those kids died and later in the years, it's going to be, there won't be that much people fighting
There won't have that many people fighting where?
in the wars.
In the wars? In future wars or this current war?
Okay.
Future current? In Mexico right now, they actually celebrate Dia de los Héroes de Chapultepec, I think is how it is, you know, Day of the Heroes. And it's actually on September 13, the day that they commemorate it. And I thought it was an interesting fact that not many times you get to see the point of view of a kid fighting in a war. So if you were the one fighting in this war, what would you do and how would you feel?
Back then they had no choice.
They had no choice?
They had to do whatever they wanted.
Actually, they volunteered, believe it or not.
Well, people volunteered was they're fighting for their country.
They're fighting for their country. Why is that? Why do you think it was so important to fight for their country?
Because it's just like how Americans fight for our country.
They're fighting for, what do Americans fight?
Freedom.
For freedom, right? So they're fighting for freedom. They stand up, you know, for what they believe, and they want to take part into what's going on in the country. So the youngest guy that was fighting was, like I said, 13, so not much older than you guys. His name was Francisco Marquez. So you guys can look him up and learn more about him if you're interested. Maybe it could be a project later on. You can ask for extra credit. You know, hey, I'm going to do a report on this person. So anyway, so I'm bringing this up because I want you guys to learn about relating to history. Instead of just reading it and learning the facts, this is going to be a little bit more about relating to it. So there's a word called verisimilitude, and it basically means true to life. So there are individuals that write fictional stories based on real life. In this case, war, okay? And we're just talking about the Mexican-American War, okay? So in most cases, it does not have to be in one's life experience, so it doesn't have to be about what you experienced, but it can be through the eyes of just a fictional person within that context, okay, so within the war. Are there some examples that you guys know where you may see this type of writing or this type of genre, you know, where they show real life situations with maybe a fictional character? No, not television?
Books or movies.
Books or movie, what kind of movies?
War movies.
Which one?
War movies.
War movies? Do you guys watch like the TV shows like Spartacus, you know? It's a real person in a fictional situation, right? And then you get like Julius Caesar, that was also a play. So you guys are aware that writing and movies sometimes are based on that, right? Okay. So that's what I said, I put novels. So I want you guys to look at this particular novel. It's called